Yo guys, it's CFB and welcome back to a brand new video. Yes! Yes! I've got to keep the noise down because, as you can tell, different scenery. I'm looking after my nana and granddad's dog for the night, so I'm sleeping round. Anyway, bug and a dog, you know what I'm saying? Nah, joking. Tottenham 3, Chelsea 4. Yes! Massive result, statement result. So many things to go through this video, so many talking points, so many things we did wrong and corrected, so many things we did right. Let's get into it anyway. So before we do get into the video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications and notified every time I load a video. Also, first link in the description is my streamer channel and my second channel. Go and check those out, it'd be very much appreciated. Head down in the description. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. I'm out of breath, man. I'm in the gym regularly, my fitness is up, I'm feeling physically good, and I'm out of breath just off celebrating. I even pulled a vein in my arm from tensing so much because of celebration. Anyway, today was a game of two halves. I was really peed off in the first half, but really bloody happy in the second half. Make it make sense. Chelsea FC. You know what I'm saying? So we went with the lineup. We all guessed the lineup. We all knew what the lineup was going to be. We went with the lineup of Robert Sanchez in goal, Mark Cucurella left back, Caicedo inverted right back, Badiashile Cole was your two centre backs, Enzo Caicedo double pivot, off the left Sancho, right Neto, 10 we went with Palmer, and then Jackson's the ST. We all knew that was going to be the lineup. The players were rested, some players we knew were just going to be in the lineup, like Cole Palmer and stuff like that. And you know, no complaints with the lineup at all. Obviously I'd rather Fofana be in, but he's injured. I'd rather Reece James at right back, but he's injured. Obviously I'd rather Jorgensen in goal, but he's not in. And that's a topic we're going to talk about in a minute, obviously. But we kick off the first half, and look, I'm gassed. I'm feeling this game. I'm feeling spices in my tongue. You know what I'm trying to say? Until the first couple minutes happen, and Cucurella slips over and gives Tottenham the lead. He slips over, the ball's crossed across box after Cucurella slips over, and Slanky's there to slot it in. 1-0 Tottenham, and in that moment I'm thinking, what the fuck? We can't be given an early lead away from home like that. 3 minutes later, Cucurella slips over again, gives Tottenham an opportunity. Kulusevski drives outside the box, shoots, and it's in the back of the net. It's 2-0, so like 10-15 minutes. And I'm raging at this moment. What the are we doing? Because even the way we were playing in those first 10-15 minutes, we were setting up no chances. We were being very, I'm sorry I have to come out with this word, I don't often use this word, but we were being quite pussy in the way we were playing with the football. We weren't taking risks. We were not going forward. We were playing very reserved. Like, we were scared going forward. This is a Tottenham team that is easy to take on. Cucurella slips over, gives them the second goal. Now, I will say, I don't think that was Cucurella's fault, because after the second goal, immediately you see him rushing down to the bench, taking off his shoes and complaining, putting on new shoes. After that, he didn't slip over once, and he looks very better on the ball. Maybe it was something to do with his boots, I don't know, but that needs to be checked out, because that gave us that made us go 2-0 down. I was fuming. I was thinking, oh my God, we're in for a long day here. Hell, I was thinking other stuff. I was thinking, this is it. This is it. Everything that was going so well, this is it. But we got back into the game. We got back slowly into the game. Obviously, the first goal coming back a couple of minutes later, which was from Jadon Sancho, made it 2-1. Had the ball on the right-hand side, drove across box, shot. Took a shot, by the way, as well. Put it in the bottom right-hand corner. This Jadon Sancho, thank you. Thank you. Not many of our players shoot outside the box, and I'm always demanding it. I'm demanding Jadon Sancho shoot more because he has that in his locker. He has that quality in his locker. We've seen it done 2 back-to-back games now, and he scored 2 goals back-to-back. Brilliant goal from Sancho. Was playing well as well. He was one of the few players playing well in that first half. Bar that, there was no more goals in the first half. Tottenham went into the second half leading 2-1. But hell, we scored that goal from Jadon Sancho was well and good, but even the way we was playing in that whole first half was not it. Was not it. 2 culprits as well. Badiashile and Robert Sanchez. Oh, very bad. Very bad. Do you know what I mean? They were just they just kept inviting pressure. You know what I mean? Inviting balls through. Do you know what I mean? This isn't porn, mate. Stop inviting balls through. You know what I'm saying all the time? It's ridiculous. Both of those were big culprits in that first half for being awful. awful. Robert Sanchez 2 attempts for their 2 goals as well. Oh, and his distribution, he kept passing it to Spurs players in the midfield. I was fuming. The way we was playing, in my opinion, Maresca got it wrong in the first half. Me personally, he got it wrong in the first half. We just didn't play well. Baddy Shield was very sloppy on the ball. He looked like he was panicking on the ball. But just in general, we were second to the ball all the time. Tottenham were very aggressive on us, and every time they were aggressive, we didn't like it. We backed away and was like, oh, please don't hurt our legs. Do you know what I mean? We were like that. Apart from 3 players, Caicedo, Lavia and Enzo. If they was getting stuck in on them, they were getting stuck in on them as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they were putting challenges on them, they have a back with a challenge. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's that. But, you know, the first half we just didn't play well, and I was really worried going into the second half. I was thinking, fuck. You know, there's the whole saying of the first half belongs to the players, second half belongs to the manager. Can Maresca somehow pull this back? Can he? Because, you know, we can't be losing to Tottenham. We can't. That can derail a season completely. And Maresca does it. Maresca switches it across. And guess what? The second half plays out and we play much better football from the get-go. From the get-go, we're having twice as many chances as what we did in the first half. And better chances, creating them better. You know what I'm saying? And we get the second goal, which came from a Palmer penalty, which it was a penalty. I don't think anybody could disagree. It was definitely a penalty. Palmer had the penalty, slide it in the bottom left. Or bottom, bottom left. And we're 2-2. At that moment in time, the way I saw us start the second half, and getting the goal, and at that moment in time I was thinking, let the goals come in, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even leaning back on my chair. I was like, let the goals come in, you know what I'm saying? Let the goals come in, and that's when they started, the floodgates open from then, you know what I'm trying to say? Legs out, the floodgates are open, and guess who scores the third goal? Enzo Fernandez, yes! Enzo Fernandez gets the third goal, puts Chelsea in the lead. Brilliant goal, brilliant play from Paul Palmer. He mugged about 2-3 Spurs players off in such a tight area. Tries to go for a shot, it's blocked from the Tottenham defender. It rebounds out back to Enzo Fernandez, and Enzo Fernandez strikes it bottom left-hand corner. I was going berserk. That's when I pulled a vein muscle in my arm. Do you know what I'm saying? I was going berserk. You know what I'm saying? We get the 3-2 lead. And again, you can tell in that moment of time when we get that third goal, Tottenham were gone. Because they were still there in that second half. They were still there, even when we got the second goal. But as soon as we got that third goal, they were there for the taking. And we were just getting more opportunities. They were even more split open. Because obviously when they got that second goal, they decided to go a bit more defensive. But since we got the second goal, they were just way more open. And when we got the third goal, they were even more open. More chances created, and that's where we get our fourth goal as well. Tottenham player clearly fouls one of our players in the box. It's clearly a penalty, and Cole Palmer gets his second goal of the game, and it's another penalty. Cole Palmer, yes, 4-2, brilliant. It's just unfortunate we had to concede right in the very end, because I would rather 4-0 personally. I don't think, you know what I mean, we would have conceded if it wasn't for the slipping over with the boots problem. But, you know, we conceded towards the end as well. It was too late. It was 96 minutes added on, and they scored in the 95th minute. Again, bit of awful defending, shall I say. It wasn't great defending from us, but they get a tap in again. It was towards the end. I don't really care. They can have that. They can celebrate that. I don't really care. You know what I mean? We take the 3 points away. This is big 3 points. You know why this is big 3 points? Because we buried the Spuds even more. We've gone further in the table than the Spuds. Arsenal drew today, so we've got a lead on them now. I think it's like 3 points or something like that on them now. We've got a bit of a lead on them. We've gained more of a lead on City again now. I think 5 or 4 points ahead of them now as well. Liverpool are still yet to play, but we're keeping that margin. At the moment, it's only 4 points, but if Liverpool draw, it could be 6. If they win, it's still 7 or something. So this is a big, monumental result. This is exactly what we picked up, and there's so many things we've learned today. One of them was the resilience, the not giving up. If this was the Chelsea of last season in this game, and we're 2-0 down, especially against a top 6 side, we wouldn't show the resilience and the willing to make a comeback. We wouldn't. We wouldn't show that willingness, and we wouldn't play the same style of football as well. There was no style of football last season, but we wouldn't have kept the same style of football. We would have just resorted to trying to play as a group. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have listened to the manager. Today, we kept the same style. We kept being persistent, and then, like I said, in the second half, we were way more aggressive, going to challenges more often. Every player on that pitch gave their all in that second half. Even in the first half, they did. They gave it their all, but nowhere near as much in the second half. You know what I mean? And, you know, it just makes me really, really happy because we dealt with so many things today. They should have had a red card. They should have had a red card. Anthony Taylor, being a stupid idiot, didn't give a red card. How is there not a red card? You're running at somebody. You don't run at somebody like that, do you? And go like that across their skull like they did to Romeo Lavia towards the end of the first half, do they? How is that not a foul? And then you've got commentators, oh, but it's not intentional. He's running like this. He's running like this. He was running like this. That's a UFC album, that is like that. How is that not a red card? Right to the skull. You know what I mean? To the skull. How is that not red? I don't understand. I don't understand. And yet the commentators were there like, oh, it should be a red for Caicedo. For Caicedo arriving a tad little bit late to the ball, but he had every intention to go for the ball. And it wasn't even a vital challenge anyway. It was just a little side foot to the shin of one of the Tottenham players, and then they're trying to say that's a red card over I think it was Kulavesti or something like that, elbowing Lavia in the temple. Oh, fuck it off. It's ridiculous. The commentary stinks, absolutely reeks of just hatred to Chelsea. It's disgusting. But anyway, let's move on to the player race so we can get on to players individually and stuff like that, you know what I'm trying to say. So, Robert Sanchez, disgraceful. I don't rate him, in my opinion. In my opinion, he should be dropped. You could probably say we should have won 4-1. Maybe. We should have won 4-1. But 4-3? Those two attempts for them first two goals, awful distribution, awful. I'm giving him a 3. Keep it a buck. I don't know how. I don't like him. I don't know how Jorgensen's not getting in. That's one thing I got Maresca. Bring in Jorgensen, please, for the love of God. Cucurella, apart from the first two slips, which I will probably blame on the boots, because after that he played way better. He was more back to his best after the boot change. I'll give him a 5.5 though, because I'm sorry, you were at fault for 2 of the goals. Do you know what I mean? You were. It may not be your fault, but technically you're involved. So I'll give him a 5.5. Colwill was very solid today, He was more of the one that was lying a bit more back than Badiashile. Badiashile was pushing up a little bit more than what Colwill would be, whereas usually it's Colwill pushing up a bit sometimes. So Colwill I'd give a 6-2. I'll give him a 6-2, I think he was solid. Badiashile, he got better in the second half, which is something I can't say to Robert Sanchez. He got better in the second half, but my God, there was even times in the second half where, like, it's a simple, put your foot in, commit to making a tackle, and he wouldn't commit. He let him just roll it past him, and that happened so much in the first half than it did in the second half. But he got back into his rhythm. He was being bullied in that first half, absolutely targeted. I'd personally give Badiashile 5.5. I think after that dreadful first half, I get it, he came back into it in the second half, but you can't rate him that highly from that. Caicedo inverted right back. He was okay. We saw this inverted right back with Caicedo against a better team today, and I don't think it's a thing we should do going forward. I don't think it is, because when he went into the midfield in the second half, and we actually brought on a right back, which was Gusto, I think we looked better going forward, and just the balance looked a bit better against a better team. Maybe if we're against the Southamptons and stuff, the bottom sixes, maybe we could use Caicedo as a very right back. But I think for these type of teams, I think we've got to go with a proper right back personally. But then again, we've only seen it in 2 games. Maybe it could have been an off game. I don't know. Looks way better in the midfield. I'd say Caicedo was a 7. I say he was a 7 though, because I would give him a 6 when he was inverted right back. Because he wasn't bad. It was just sometimes he'd be getting caught out a little bit. But when he moved into midfield, he was just brilliant again. not Casiedo, Enzo got another goal today. Really good goal, arrived at the right time, smashed it in. His finishing's getting way better. He's looking way better. He's getting back into his old swing of things. He's creating chances. Every time he receives the ball on the turn now, he's immediately looking for the pass and makes the right pass. He switches in the second half from one flank when Tottenham are pressuring us to the other flank to set us up on the counter-attack where there's so much space. Brilliant. His vision, brilliant. We all know this. Enzo Fernandez, I'll give him a 7. Lavia was our best player in that first half. That first half, Lavia was brilliant. Beating every press, there'd be 2 Tottenham players on him, and all he has to do is drop a shoulder, and bang, he's on the turn to set us up, to let us go forward. And it would just be a simple pass to Enzo to let us go forward, and Lavia would keep his position. It was brilliant from him. It was brilliant. I hope he's okay, because, like I said, he came off straight away in the second half. He only played one half of football. I noticed that after he got the elbow to the head, so I hope Lavia's okay. I really do. I don't know if that's the reason why he came off, but I hope he's okay. I'd say he was a solid 7 as well. I'd say, moving on to the right, Neto. Neto didn't have his best game today. In fact, I actually think he was kind of marked out the game from Adogi, I think his name is. He wasn't that creative today. I'd give Neto a 5. I think he just had an off game today, I've got to be honest. Sancho off the left. Sancho, he's just getting better, man. He's adding more things to his game. He's shooting outside the box. Look, that's 2 goals and like 5 assists or something like that. 2 goals or 4 assists, 1 or 2. He's got 6 or 7 goal contributions for us so far in the Premier League. How United fans just still sit there, watch us and go, oh, Sancho's awful. We've managed to scam Chelsea for 20 million. Fuck off. I think Sancho's been brilliant. He was great today. He was one of our players as well from the first half all the way to the second half who kept consistent. I'd say Sancho was a 7 as well. I'd give Cole Palmer got 2 goals today. 2 goals, 2 penalties. Say what you want. Say what you want about penalties or anything. They can be hard to score, especially in the magnitude of this game. This game's a big game. It's a big game. You know what I mean? And he got 2 penalties. His second penalty, he chipped it into the middle of the goal as well. Panenka. It just proves how cold the guy is. All round as well in this game. First half he was a little bit quiet. Second half he got way more into the game. You see him taking on players way more, oozing with a bit more confidence and stuff. I'd give Palmer a 7.5. And then Jackson, I'm a bit disappointed with Jackson today because I don't think he got into the game at all. I don't think he did, and that's why you saw him get changed for Nkunku in the second half. He was being bullied off the ball. Every time he received the ball, he'd always have a Tottenham defender on his arse, and he wouldn't do his usual thing where he dribbles past the player and maybe sets us up on the counter, or dribble past the player and takes a shot or something. He wouldn't do that today. He wasn't making the same type of runs. Maybe it was just not off day for him, but I would say he was a 5 as well. Subs that came on, the subs Nkunku came on. Too late to really rate him. Gusto came on and was very vital to the way we played. I actually think it's probably his best game he's played this season. I thought off the bench he was really good. It seems when he came on he had more balance to the game in my opinion. So I would say Gusto was a 6.5. I think he was really good. And I'm not going to lie to you all, I've completely forgot the other subs. Madueke came on too late as well. Yeah, now I can't remember all the subs from the top of my head. I can't lie. I've got no computer to even check or anything. You know what I mean? But look, like I said, today there's 2 things we should take away from this. First half belongs to the players, yeah? Players maybe didn't perform well in the first half, but the second half belongs to the manager. Maresca completely switched the way we played in that second half. It identified the problems in the second half and switched the way we played, and we just played way better. We played way better with more confidence, and we were more aggressive. That's what the game was. We need to be more aggressive. You see half of the Tottenham, by the way, you see half of the Tottenham fans every time we take a corner in the first half, throwing trash and stuff at our players and stuff. This is great. I fucking despise them. I despise them. If the FA are looking into that and looking to whoever was throwing the constant trash and not trying to ban them or something or do something about that, you're a disgrace. If I was Chelsea, trust me, we'd be banned. Do you know what I mean? So I get it, big game, as tension is always rising, fans arguing, I completely understand, completely justified. But throwing shit at players, come on, man. Ridiculous. Honestly, ridiculous. But look, we get the 3 points. way better, way better in the second half compared to the first. Do you know what I mean? Way better. And it's big points because other teams have dropped points. So this is big. This is big. Let's hope Liverpool drop points next too. That's it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you all think. Sorry it seems a bit all over the place, a bit rushed. I'm not in my usual settings, so it's not my usual best video to do, so I do apologise. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about the game. Yes! Get in. Up the chows. Take care all. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know if I ever download a video. Take care and see you on the next one. Mwah. Mwah. That's not even a badge. Mwah. Take care.